Zak Brown, thank you for taking the time to talk to Historic Racing News today, and that you have got 4 cars in this garage here looking fantastic. Before we get into those, I just want to congratulate you on the fantastic job that McLaren are doing in F1, which is great.
Thank you, we're making progress.
Now, you could say that with knobs on, as we say in England. But you've got 4 very different cars here, haven't you? You've got the Porsche 935, that's a K3.
Yep.
Yep. And
the JLP3.
It's a JLP3.
Yep.
The tube frame Audi
that
we see behind us, which Group 44 ran, and then the Dallara built Lancia
LC2. Yep.
Yeah, and then that glorious McLaren up at the end.
Yeah.
They must be very different cars to drive.
They are. They're all fast, so they have that in common. And just to me, great eras in motor racing. I didn't grow up watching the M8D because that was before I was born. But yeah, if I go through them, Dan Gurney won 2 races in that M8D as he replaced Bruce after his accident at Goodwood. The Lancia LC2. This was the car that was on pole at Le Mans. I only realized the other day it was only 2 drivers back then, which is pretty heroic.
When men were men.
Exactly. And then behind me, that was the Hurley Haywood race. That was his championship car, 88. And then behind that, the 935 that won the championship in 82, 1 Daytona, 1 Sebring. And I think it was 7 races on the trot. So all pretty special cars.
I think if we went round the paddock and said, let's find 4 very different cars, these could well be the 4 that we found.
Yeah, they're all cool though, so they have that in common as well. But yeah, definitely different eras, different racing series, all a ton of fun to drive, and a privilege to own them and be a caretaker until someone else gets them.
You talk about growing up and watching race cars and things. What were your favourite race cars as you were growing up?
I liked a lot of different race cars. IndyCar was probably what I was closest to. The late 80s or early 90s, I was going to a ton of IndyCar races then. So the Michael Andretti, Ray Hall, Sullivan, Al Jr., Emo, that was kind of what I tuned into most. Then that started to gravitate towards Formula One, and then of course Group C. But then when you were following IndyCar, you'd end up seeing races like the Audi Trans Am would race, supporting some IndyCar races, so you'd see it there. I think it's the coolest sounding car, maybe of all time, and it's 4-wheel drive, a ton of fun to drive. They all drive very differently as well. And
you're right, the sound of these cars is incredible. It does have such a huge difference, doesn't it? That we just heard the M8 fire up there, and that people were running for cover all over the place. It's just such a fantastic sound.
Yeah, they've got great sounds. That one certainly wins the loudest award, and it drives like it sounds. It's got unbelievable amount of torque. So I went out in that yesterday. Mika Häkkinen's going to go out in it today and tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see the look on his face when he's done.
I think we could pay good money just to watch that.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to get an opportunity to.
Zak Brown, thank you so much indeed.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers.